the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at wideout A.J. Brown. He's coming off a nice performance, bringing in a pair of touchdowns. It's the Eagles and the Jaguars, and it's all up next.
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now. Now this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
They did it by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that gets going.
2 yards into the punt on their opening possession. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. Now for the first time we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The numbers for Sanders last week, 22 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh, it's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and you've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Throwing is Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. Here's Hurts to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this This is caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 19 carries, 77 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this one's incomplete.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. And the Jaguars are going to have it here at their own 15. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Second down and a run by Robinson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now Lawrence on first down. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. To throw again on second down. Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence to throw. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Etienne. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lawrence. Touchdown Jaguars. Evan Ingram from 6 yards away. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. This offense returns to the field. And former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. That one goes for 24 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Eagles hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Complete. Smith has it. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And it'll be intercepted. And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, it's going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Lawrence will throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And the Eagles with a down look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And another juke. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Does the big boy have the juice? The 30. 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
Now Crosby for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Two fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Seems like a perpetual search for productive receivers for Philadelphia, but they think that Quez Watkins might be a keeper after his 2021. Earned a starting spot for much of the season and put up over 600 yards while averaging 15 per catch. They're giving the former sixth-rounder another opportunity and seeing if those numbers will keep growing.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. An option handoff given to Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
Rayshon Jenkins picks it off.
And the Jaguars are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, I would get... If you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Holding offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence, this complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now Lawrence.
And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
Man open, here's Jones. Touchdown. Marvin Jones with career touchdown number 60. And the Jags have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point try now for Crosby. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give him credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring out 4th down.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lawrence. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Ready.
On 1st down, Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk.
And he will have a 1st down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
Their partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And the Jagsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start in the NFC East with two teams that have no love lost between them. Washington at Dallas. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. 2 touchdown passes there for Marcus Mariota. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Darnell Mooney, a touchdown reception. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. They'll go option to the short side. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Elliott on for the extra point. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That's a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now there's a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. He's got his big tight end, Farrell, complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
And the perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers. Back to the ground with Robinson.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
toss play to Robinson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. They gain a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Lawrence to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Hurts. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders taken down at the 47-yard line. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. Three quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. On 2nd and 7, Hurts. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 19. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Offensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This offense so far on third down, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So a big kick coming down for Jake Elliott. This to break our fourth quarter tie. The kick by Elliott is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll look to ETN to start things out. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And now here's another interception. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Another run here with Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
That's Foley Fadukasi who got in there and finished off the play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw here. Touchdown, Eagles! Dallas got it. 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Eagles get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars.
Down by 10, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Lawrence.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Lawrence's throw caught here by Jones.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Lawrence on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. It's 4th down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play,
so the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Up the middle they go with Sanders to the 27-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 124 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Philadelphia, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.
outside. C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the ring, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boy stocks on the rise, Charlie. This flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody wave. We the ones who started with it. Translation, Yani had to buy, Yani had Yana hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it. That's how you know we lit.